Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next review for Anime Month. And now continuing on reviewing the three Sailor Moon movies. I reviewed Sailor Moon R, the movie Promise of the Rose, which I thought was okay. But this one now we're going on to the second one, which is on the next season of Sailor Moon S. Which, other this one doesn't have a title, it's called Sailor Moon S, the movie. Which was released in Japan in 1994. So the next year after the first one, in Japan, though. Although this, what came with this, though, this is very bland, generic covering, though. But for basically puts the poster like this on here, on the other DVD cover here. And although I do have the poster, I'll say right now I do have the poster for this movie, but I have it stored away along with my collection of other Sailor Moon stuff. So, wish I could show you. But the poster is basically like this though, except with the Japanese credits on here though, or the Japanese title. So yeah, I do have the poster for this one though. And I will say right now, I will say I like this one better. I like this one better than the first one, because there was more stuff going for it, I would say, than it did in the first one. The first one, the villain was like, he's doing this because basically you can say his love affection for Darien, you can say. But this one I thought was much more going for. I thought the villain was better here. Because at least the villain was causing more destructive things than what the villain did with his flowers. So, but yeah. This one, the second movie, Sailor Moon S, the movie, I thought was better than Sailor Moon R, the movie. And so like I said before, being a huge fan of Sailor Moon, I would still say that though this one I thought was better than the second one. And the opening, like I said, I always say that once again it's the Viz English redub, which I thought was like. I just still prefer watching listen to the original dub voice, English dub voice, the original. But like I said, they're not bad at all. And I forgot to mention one of the voice actors for this redub here, who voices Artemis, the white guy who's with Mina, is actually voiced by Johnny the name, Johnny Young Bosch, who plays Adam from Power Rangers. In the second season of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, after he took over as the second Black Ranger. So yeah, I was like, oh, okay, that's which actually I did, which Alfred mentioned, I did meet Johnny Young Bosch, at the Silicon Valley Comic Con in 2019. So. There's the photo. They can find the video of me with my photo with him. So, good guy. It was nice meeting him. Meeting Adam, Johnny Young Bosch. So yeah, but he voices for the redub of Sailor Moon. He voices Artemis, which I did not know about, because at the time I didn't care about the redub voice still from Viz. But still, listen, you heard my thoughts on the redub voice in the previous video of the first movie. So. Don't want to get too much into it again. But for this movie, I thought the opening was better. Which, yes, I know it's not playing the original English theme that we all grew up listening to, though. But I thought that the opening this was what I thought was better, because in the first movie, because it shows that all of our main characters are Sailor Scouts, which in the original version is Sailor Guardians, but I always like the Sailor Scouts better. They're just doing what they're having fun together, like shopping, having fun, right? And each one like with Mina, Venus, Mina like trying the different fashion clothes, and or when they're going to the library, like when Serena is reading comics, right? Mina is reading the comics too, right? But then all of a sudden Amy, she's buying all these books, for studying, right? And they're like, ugh. That's kind of funny, because how Amy is always the one that's always studying out of everyone else. Or when they try one of those punching bags you get a score on, right? You try to punch that thing as hard as you can to see how much the score is, right? Like Serena, of course, she's the wimpiest one. And then each one tries their hand in it. Sorry about that. My phone rang, so I had to take that call for a second there. But as I was saying that about the punching bag where you get a score on, see how much power you have on that. Serena's like the wimpiest one, and then all the rest of them try. And then Lita, Jupiter, she scores a perfect 100 when she punches because she's the strongest of the one, especially when it comes to hand-to-hand combat. So, so she scores a perfect score on that. And then of course with Imari, Michelle, and Trista, Uranus, Pluto, and Neptune are there, and they approach Serena, and they look at her because she has a whole bunch of food stuffed in her mouth. So that I had much more fun with the opening of this one than I did with the first movie. And then we have this other character, this young guy by the name of Kaguru. He's like this astronomicist who studies astronomy, right? Space. And then our villain here is this ice witch. Sends like this is coming to Earth, and one of these crystals fall to Earth. He gets the thing. He gets the crystal. And there's a girl that basically is the love of his life. Himiko. He loves her, but I'm showing it though because he's more focused on showing that like in fantasies because he's saying that there's like life on the moon and believe me, this by the name of this princess Kaguya, and she doesn't believe it because they think that they're nothing but fantasies because they have the same dreams. He wanted to go up to space just like her, right? But since Kim is obsessed with all these fantasy stuff, right? That he rather prefer staying there and being up in space with her, right? So, and then one day, while our characters are having their fun, right? Luna starts to become sick. She starts heading home. Of course, though, she gets sick lying in the middle of the street, about to get hit. Of course, until someone says was Kaguya. Kaguya saves her. It's like, oh, okay. Just so happens to get sick and pass out right in the middle of the street while crossing the road, right? Yeah. But Kaguya saves her, brings her back to his place, and she gets better. And then this is, for instance, where Luna, she falls in love with Kaguya. Yeah, but she can't really do that because since she's a cat, right? Which I thought this whole furry love story, the thing with the previous one, with that alien Fury, showing his affections for Darien. I rather like this love story than the previous one. So, yeah, but Luna, she falls in love with him, but she can do that because she's a cat, and she could he even gives her this ribbon that he gives her this yellow ribbon, and she tells what it's like. She even asks Serena questions like, "What is a kiss?" Right? Because she saw Darien and Serena kiss, right? And she's asking Serena, "What does a kiss taste like?" And there's times in life that she wishes that she would become a human as well. But then when Himiko comes in, saying she's gonna go up into space, but wish she can go there with it, but she believes because once again he's spouting nonsense about fantasies about this Princess Kaguya, wherever, and that's whether she leaves. And then she leaves to go to space, right? And then also the villain, the Ice Witch, she freezes Tokyo, like even freezes people and everything else. She has these minions of hers called Snow Dancers. Our characters fight these snow dancers. They each fight them off, a few of them. And I kind of funny thing is once those snow dancers are gone, then all the ice and the people are frozen. They everything unfreezes, and that's like the fact that these people were running away because this thing was freezing people, right? They got frozen, but once funny is that once they got froze, they just walk like if nothing has happened. They're like, okay, just yeah, they just walk like nothing has happened. So he was like, you guys just saw you people just saw a white monster. You got frozen, and then when you unfreeze, like you just walking like it's nothing has happened. So, so yeah, so already this villain has already done more stuff than Fury has in the first movie, and like Serena follows Luna, saying that this is the guy that Luna's in love with, which they already established like earlier in their conversation, like, oh, Luna's in love, right? And which at first Artemis gets a little hurt by that because he likes Luna. And then it's like, oh, all the girls like, oh, I wish I could fall in love and all that, but we don't have time to do that. And then Serena goes and says, oh, not me, I got somebody. And then all of a sudden they just turn back, it's like, oh, let's just ignore her. But Serena follows Luna. She sees that that's the guy that she likes, but can't do that since she's a cat. But she still wish for, like, she wants to become a human for him, And then the Ice Witch, I'll just call her Ice Witch, finds that crystal that he had, takes it, and it's been since that crystal's been around him, it's been like very much hurting him. So, but she takes it, makes it like this, whatever happens to that. Actually, no, it becomes like she uses the crystal, puts it in the ocean, and makes this big ice thing rise up. I guess it's a platform, because I think it is. I think it was. And then they figure out what's going on, and they find that basically go over there. All the Sailor Scouts they find, they fight as much as those ice dancers, but there's too many of them. Then the Ice Witch overpowers them. It's because it's basically take over the world. It's basically this whole thing with the whole Sailor Moon series. All the villains want to take over the world. That's the thing. It's the new. It's a very generic plot. Take over the world. What would you expect it to do? What expect it just to take over this one city and that's it? But she planned to freeze the Earth. And then Sailor Moon gets there, and then she tries to talk to the villain, about basically about love and everything, and being not being alone, and freeze the world is you could be happy in her, but you could be alone if you just freeze everything over, basically. But of course, typical thing, they don't listen. Well, Fury in the first movie, he sort of was listening, but he was being controlled by that flower thing, so that's to be fair on that. He did kind of live. He was kind of breaking out of that trance he was by that evil flower was. Saying that you were never alone because he had Darian and everyone else. So, but then so Moon she uses the chastity. The chalice, that's what the chalice was. Yeah, the chalice becomes like the Super Sailor Moon, and there was because the power of love and friendship, because power of love and friendship conquers all, right? Even in Yu-Gi-Oh, the power of love and friendship conquers all evil, and the heart, and believe in the heart of the cards too. But yeah, all the Sailor Scouts, they form a circle around her, using their powers. Even when Sailor Mini Moon and Darren Tuxedo Mask gets there, they all form a circle, decrease the power, and they destroy the Ice Witch. And Serena wishes wishes that tells the wish that make Luna human just for one night, because Luna, she's out when it's in the freezing snow. She finds Kaguryu fallen in the snow. Then her wish does come true. She becomes human, which you see right here. her. Which I thought was kind of like a bit. I thought it was kind of a disappointment, a little bit of a deceiving thing, because they put this on the market this on the post on the poster here. Maybe the she is like, oh, that's gonna be a main thing though. But Luna in her human form, you can say, is only appears only at the end, and I would say it's only at most for like about minute and a half at most. So that's kind of a little bit of a disappointing thing though, that they put this on the poster, make it like it's a big thing though, but she only appears, her Luna in her human form, but only appears at the end of the movie. So that's, because you can see that's kind of a disappointing thing, you can say. But you know, but she pretends to be the Ice Princess Kaguya. You know, she takes him up into space to see the sunrise. It's beautiful, but he recognizes that's Luna because of the moon crescent that she has on her forehead, and he's like, "It's, you know, as best as could be. Call me this, right?" And then we can say that even though it's a distance though, but you can see that she kissed him. She finally did kiss him, and then Himiko is in space, and she sees the beam of light. And she says, "Oh, she actually was real after all." Of course, there's another thing. One who doesn't believe it's fantasies ends up becoming a believer, and that's another typical thing. You know, one who doesn't believe all of a sudden believes in it. Once they see it for themselves, they believe it now. So after that, all the ice goes away, and Himiko comes home and tells reporters, "Oh, she saw the Ice Princess, Hiko Kaguya," and then the reporters, they're like, "Oh, that's a good one." Yeah, of course. Then she sees Kaguya with flowers, and even with Luna gives her a little sack of sugar candies that like what he gave her, and with the yellow ribbon attached to it, what he gave her as well. And he doesn't say anything in a way. He's like, "Thanks, Luna," basically. But then Luna goes back with Artemis, and all live happily ever after. So yeah, this one I thought was much more. I thought it was a lot better than the first movie. Yeah, because even the villain, yeah, of course the whole generic take over the world thing, but she was doing much more seriousness with having this eternal winter and freezing everything over more than what Fury did in the first movie. So yeah, so I say technically the villain was better, you can say, and I thought a lot of things I thought was much more going for it, I would say, than the first movie. The opening I thought was better, and I got a little more laughs. I did. Of course, when it's dealing with Serena, I got more laughs out of it. I saw some of the humor I thought was funnier. And I thought it was kind of a cute thing, I would say, with Luna, you know, because I really remember the series that she never had that, you know, falling in love with someone, even though she's a cat, though. Yeah, I thought that furry lover thing than what in the first movie with the whole guy alien with Darien. I'm not saying it's a bad thing though, but I just prefer this kind of this romance. This is more of a romance thing than in the first movie. I'll put it that way. Which with if it's dealing with Luna, you know, so. But like I said, her seeing her human form was kind of disappointing because this is like in the poster, thing that's kind of like throughout the whole movie thing, but that's only appears at the end. But I thought it was better, and was it only on for what? Was it on the same running time as the first movie was, an hour? Yeah, it was an hour. So minus the end credits, yeah, it was about the same time. So, but yeah. So Sailor Moon S, the movie, definitely I'll say I liked it better than the first movie. Definitely I would say that. So yeah, let's say this was more. There was a lot of stuff more happening, more going for it. I would say a little more of the humor, and I think the opening better, and yeah. So I can say the villain, I can say technically was better than the first one, technically, because she was like doing more of the things herself and more damage, you can say. But yeah, Sailor Moon S the movie I thought was better than the first one. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the last review of these movies, and that is Sailor Moon Super S the movie. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see you later.